better. I've just been doing what I do, which is like a lot. I just wanted to get myself in front of the camera today. I've been feeling super called to I guess, I don't know, opening my throat chakra, actually like speaking my truth, putting myself out there, making myself uncomfortable, because it's time. Like we live in the age of prophecies, and things have been happening, and I feel it. I feel a lot of energy changing and shifting. I see it in the world. There's just so much going on right now, and I know, I do know, and I hope it's okay to say that, but I know that like I'm here for a mission. If you want to call it a starseed mission or whatever, I don't know. There's so many terms and so many things, and I don't know what's true, but I know what feels true, and I have honed my intuition for years, and I know it feels true, and I know how to listen with my heart. And yeah, I just feel really strongly that we are in a time of ascension. Like the stars align with that. Human design has predicted like this golden age. Like the Bible, many religions talk about a golden age, the age of Aquarius, the last days. Like I was raised in a religion that was very much like the last days and the second coming of Jesus, and I always felt that, like I felt like I did choose to come at this time, in the last days for this special crazy time on this planet. That always felt true and aligned, that I was here for the last days and for this special time. And as far as the second coming, I don't see that as like an actual physical Jesus Christ coming back. I believe that it's Christ consciousness, and that is just like, it's the way. It's a way of being, and a way of living, and a way of loving, and a way of accepting others and loving ourselves. And it's exciting and it's beautiful, and I'm just really happy and excited to be here, and I'm excited to start sharing my gifts and my knowledge, because I had my first big awakening. That's a big word going around right now. I do believe that we are in a time like a lot of people are waking up to new truths and realities, and my first awakening was in like 2012, and I feel like I had another big one maybe in 2016. I've heard a lot of people say like every 4 years, and it started like 2012, and that does align for me. 2016 was a big year, but okay, so 2020 was a big collective awakening time, and I definitely had a big awakening then. 2012 was more I was awakening to religious and spiritual, out of religion and more into spiritual and into truths that I felt in my heart. And I just couldn't live in the boxes anymore, and I couldn't live on the surface anymore. Like I needed depth, and I needed depth, and I needed out of the boxes. Like I just couldn't do that. Like I couldn't do the cookie cutter boxiness. And 2016, I think was more of a galactic awakening. I lived with my mom at the time, and it was more her that was very much into galactic and starseed and different alien races and all of that. So I like believed it. I was like, oh yeah, like that feels true. I vibe with that, you know, like that makes sense. And I was understanding things, but I also was very much had just gone through a divorce. Like I was going through a dark night of the soul, I guess. That I don't know if I want to call it that, but I was going through a lot, and more stuck in survival and in figuring things out. But I guess just at least picked up a lot of those truths that felt a lot of those things that felt true at that time. And then 2020 was a much darker awakening to the evils of the world, the social and political, and like Hollywood and trafficking and like all of that scary, dark stuff. And I struggled. 2020, like I struggled because I went down so many rabbit holes and learned so much. And then I kind of just put it away. I was like, okay, that didn't get me. Because at first I was speaking out and I was like, da da da, you know, and then it didn't feel comfortable in society or like in my workplace. I didn't feel super comfortable because of speaking out. And so I just kind of like shelved it and just kind of like, okay, well, believe what I believe, but I don't need to like change the world or like prove to everyone around me or anything like that. And then now 2024 and like this year is like, it feels like more like a final alignment and awakening and a stepping into my power and into my sovereignty as a divine, as an aspect of the divine, I guess. And I mean, even when I came out of religion, like I believed in reincarnation, I believed in oneness, and I believed in I think they call it like deist. I was a deist because I believe in the God within. Yeah, so now I am stepping into that. And one of my gifts and things that I'm here to share is balance. And that is balance of masculine and feminine. I gather and balance, connect source and earth energies and into my heart to share. And I do that daily, at least, like in meditation. And then another big part that I'm going to be talking and sharing about is, gosh, I'm so nervous. I'm not used to being on camera. Is just like, so right now in my life, like I am a teacher. I teach English to 8th and 10th graders, and I have 5 kids, and I'm I'm busy, right? I'm married, I have friends, I have family, like I'm busy, I have a busy life. And it's learning to really, this last year, I've had a lot of awakenings, and in that it's been like more like, it's like grounding and like in a grounded way, whereas before I was more like, I'm just gonna float around up here with all my Pisces-ness and all my flowiness. And these last few months, really, I've just really focused on healing my inner child and grounding and connecting to like root all the way up instead of living more up here. I'm trying to ground and have like, and I feel it feels good. So grounding, and then also in my busy life, being able to just starting to really incorporate my spirituality more into my daily life and my daily routine, and listening to my heart and my body and my spirit, like source, throughout my day. So knowing when I feel that dip in energy, what do I need? I need meditation, I need breath, I need grounding, and I've had these practices long enough that like I can do them relatively quickly when I need to. And then also embodiment, and like for me, like I love going to the gym, and my whole life I've been into like fitness and like worked out. Like I did gymnastics and cheer and tumbling and all of that as a kid. And then as I got older, like I just always kept those habits and like worked out and stretched. And I did CrossFit for a while, and then I did yoga training, and I've taught yoga. I've done body combat classes, and now I've started to incorporate all of that into like just listening to my body and my intuition and doing what feels right and listening to what my body needs. And sometimes I look pretty awesome and a little bit weird at the gym, and I'm grateful for my husband that I just kind of like go in my own zone at the gym, and I do what feels right, and I don't care what people think, and I'm grateful that he's like okay with that, and that I also feel safe in like, I don't know, I just like have him there, so like people don't really approach me or anything either. It's just kind of like become like a sacred space to me, which is weird because it's like in a group, it's like in a room full of people that are working out. But that's also kind of one of my gifts from childhood and from life. Like I feel like I was kind of the calm in the chaos, and so I think just like tapping into that is kind of fun for me, and really beautiful. Yeah, and that's good for today, so thanks. I'll talk more soon, share more soon, and we'll see where this journey takes us.